Alrighty, YouTube, it's your boy Zxous, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about if you should be summoning for Marciana. Obviously, it's she's a new healer, a burst 2 healer, which is very good because the only other burst 2 healer in the game is Blanc. And not only that, when using Blanc, you have to use Noir to get the full potential of the heals, right? So yeah, this is a very good pickup for a lot of people, and I can understand why. But before we get into the video, first off, subscribe. We're like literally less than 80 subs away from 7,000 subscribers. So subscribe right now, because even when this character drops, your boy's gonna drop the most content on her ever. You already know how we go. World tour for every character that drops in this game. Subscribe so you're never, you don't miss nothing. We'll have all the team builds you need. But this is going to be a very good pickup for a lot of people, because one, a lot of people don't have Blanc, or two, they have Blanc and don't have Noir, and three, they don't want to use Blanc every time as the healer, right? So that's where Marciana really comes into play. Now you guys got to remember, after Marciana's banner, there's probably 1 or 2 banners, right, depending on if it's a limited or not. Probably like 2 Halloween characters, who knows, but there's only 1 or 2 banners left, and then we'll go into the anniversary. So that's the biggest thing you have to remember before you even decide to summon, right? The anniversary is very close. It's either 2 banners after this or 3 banners after this. The anniversary banner will happen. So remember that, right? Is a healer worth it, summoning that deep for a healer over the anniversary character? In my opinion, no. Now, honestly, I'd say Marciana's a top 4 healer. I don't think she's better than Summer Mary, right? Because I think if I was to compare her with just general healers, I would compare her to Mary. Because right now, my order for healers, general healers, is Rapunzel 1, Blanc 2, even though you need Noir, still Blanc 2, and then Mary 3, right? And I know someone's going to be like, what about Noise? But remember, Noise is not a great general healer, right? Her heals are great when you use it, but it's every 40 seconds, right? She's mainly a taunter, essentially, because she's not healing unless you use her burst skill every 40 seconds, which isn't consistent or reliable at all, right? So there's that. But I think as a general healer, Marciana is the top 4 healer, right? She's either at 3 or 4, but I don't think she's better than Mary, only because there's some things that me personally, and maybe you guys as well, don't like about this character. One thing that I dislike about this character is the fact that when you use her burst skill, she gives you a flat heal rather than healing over time, right? I think if she was to heal over time, that would make her so much better because of how her burst skill works. But the simple fact that it's flat heals isn't really that impressive to me, because here's how I see it, right? We're all thinking that this character's best partner is going to be A2. A flat heal will be nice, but healing over time is just better, because if we're going off of A2 standards, let's say I'm healing. Let me pull a Blanc, for example, because Blanc is a good number. Blanc heals 3% of the caster's max HP every 1 second for 8 seconds, right? Let's say the character takes damage, for example. Let's say, A2 takes damage. After that flat heal, it's not going to matter because she's no longer healing. Even if A2 was to take damage, Blanc would still be healing over time. Same thing goes for Rapunzel, same thing goes for Mary. These characters will be healing even after they take damage. With a flat heal, the percentage is good. 28% of the caster's final max HP as HP to all allies is a good heal number. Don't get me wrong, the percentage is good. But in hard content, endgame content, which is, I think, where we're most likely going to evaluate this character, I think realistically, like, the flat numbers aren't really that crazy, right? Now, she's a good healer, don't get me wrong. As a general healer, again, only other burst 2 healer, a lot of people are going to want to pick this character up. She is a good pickup. If you don't have a healer at all, this is a great pickup because she's actually a good healer. Now, her burst skill is a new effect called storage, where basically if your characters are at max HP, any HP that they receive after being at 100% is just going to be stored and collected. So basically it makes that you can't take any damage, essentially. It kind of is another way to say you are increasing your max HP and you're invincible, essentially, right? Let's say I'm at max HP, right? Let's say I'm at max HP, and then I heal 27% of the caster's max HP. So let's just put numbers here. Let's say my Marciana has a total of 1 million max HP. That's it, right? And let's just take this number down to 25% to make it more simplified, right? 25% of 1 million would be 250,000, right? Let's say everybody after 100% gets an additional 250,000 healing number. Let's say, I guess that's what it's supposed to be, healing, right? Because it's not HP. The HP is not getting increased, right? The healing is, right? Let's say your healing is that. If we take damage while this effect is up and we take, let's say, 100k, it's just going to get nullified because we have 250,000 HP healing stored up. So if we take 100k with 250,000 HP stored up, our HP is just going to heal us to 100k damage, and it's going to get reduced. The HP, healing HP, will get reduced to 150, right, for 10 seconds. So essentially, in the burst skill, this character makes you very, very, like, she kind of makes you immortal, right? She essentially makes your max HP increase, and she makes you immortal in a sense, which is crazy. So she is a very good pickup. She's a very good pickup, right? She's probably going to be one of the best healers in the game. Like I said, top 4, if not top 3, right? I definitely have to test her to see if I would say she's better than Mary, but she's very, very good. The only real problem I would say for players right now is the simple fact that the anniversary is coming up. So I wouldn't really want to recommend to summon for this character now. But if she came out like 2 months ago, I would have sold summon guaranteed. This is very, very good. She also does increase defense of the caster's defense, which could be useful. I mean, 20% of the caster's defense, like, okay. It's really not, I mean, it's doing something, but it's not something to like say, oh, she's a crit. Like, the defense is not really doing, it's not, who cares, right? The defense is like, who cares, whatever, right? It's nice that it's there, but who cares type. That's what it is. In terms of general healing, right, when we're not using a burst skill, she isn't that consistent because her healing is the same as the regular Marys, not like Pepper's. Oh, that's a black screen. If you guys take a look here, when she reloads a bullet here, rather than reloading 3 and then 3 and then 3 like Pepper, she just heals or reloads the full 9 bullets. So it's not going to be that consistent. You can't like manual play with this character and then you know what I mean, you can't manual play with this character and then basically, you know, spam the heals, right? But it is to all allies, which is good because the other character who have this, I guess technically Pepper and Mary are the other characters who do it like this. They only heal 1 ally. So to be able to heal all allies over the course of 3 seconds is good. But remember, it is of attack damage. But she has a shotgun, so it could be very, very nice. I mean, let's just take a look at the percentages here in the gameplay, right? Let's just take a look at the percentage here in the gameplay. So last bullet hits. We're not healing. Okay, wait. So burst skill. And then we're healing. Okay. 4. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. It's really not a lot. But it is over the course of 3 seconds. So depending on how high your character's heart hitting, the numbers will be higher. But yeah, I think the really good, the good thing about this character is definitely the burst skill, right? Remember that works with any heals in general, the burst skill. So if you have 2 healers, that would be also very good, right? Essentially, this character with other healers, like let's say I'm using her burst skill and I'm using someone like Helm, right? That's going to be a good comp too. Anytime I use my burst skill and I'm using Helm's burst skill at the same time, let's say I'm using Mary too, bro. A full heal team will make you invincible. Like, she's a really good character, but it's bait. It's bait, chat. She's a really good character, right? Especially on these heal comps. Like, you can play around with this character and have literally an unstoppable team, right? Because if I'm always just healing on my full burst or my burst skill while this is up, if I'm healing, right, in some way, then it's just all going to get stored. Now, the only thing is, I think the only character that heals even after you hit 100% is Rapunzel. So it's, I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't remember exactly who heals like even when you're at 100%, but we'll test around and see. But this could essentially make your characters immortal, right? All of them, right? If we just keep healing and we just heal, let's say we have 500,000 healing exceeded. Like, let's say we have that stored up. What? I guess it's of the cast's max HP, so other healers wouldn't work, right? I guess. I'm not sure. We would have to test if other healers will work here. But it says affects all allies. Storage is a buff that they get, right? Storage is a buff that they get. So I'm assuming other healers should help this work, but it will just cap at her max HP. That's probably what it is, right? I guess it won't overheal even more, right? I guess other healers can help her, but it will just cap at her max HP, right? Because it's a buff, so other healers should work. But realistically, should you summon for this character? These are the only reasons why you should summon. If she's your favorite waifu, which is not hard for her to be your favorite waifu, and if you don't have a healer, a good enough healer, right? I think if you don't have, no, because even still, Blanc, you need to have Rapunzel, or you need to have Noir. Rapunzel's a pilgrim, so she's hard to get, and the Summer Mary is limited. So realistically, this is like the best general healer you can get, right? Without having anything else, because again, Blanc, you need Noir. If you don't have Noir, then it's not going to work for Blanc. So as a general healer, like, this character is probably the most accessible one, obviously, because Mary is limited. Rapunzel's a pilgrim, very hard to get. This character is, you can get her on any banner, right? You can get her on modes, any modes, you can get her on any banner. Very good character. It's so big, but yeah, like, I would highly recommend to skip for players who care more about the anniversary, which should be everybody. But if you definitely need a healer, you don't want to miss out on this one. She is a wishes character, so you can always try your luck at getting her anyways, or after. You can always get her on the anniversary banner as well. Remember that she is going to be on the anniversary banner, but very good healer, I think. Very, very good healer. So you guys let me know what you think. Let me know if you're summoning. Let me know if there's any points that I missed out that I think people will need to know. But realistically, I think the biggest problem I have with her is the simple fact that it's a flat out heal, but the burst skill basically makes up for it for me. So you guys let me know what you think. It's your boy Zxous. I'll see you guys next one. I'm out. Peace.